a challenging week in a lot of ways. But as the dawn comes up this morning, we're committed to moving forward in a way that will bring justice and bring peace. And I think that sometimes in the complicated nature of facts and in the disparate way of opinions, folks sometimes sway away from the clear long-term guideposts that we all must look at. And I want to talk just very briefly about those three. First of all, we are, and this is, a community of faith. And the faith leaders gathered here and who have worked in a peaceful way to help lead over the last few days and will continue to provide us that moral and spiritual leadership are a violently important linchpin to the centerpiece of getting justice and learning from this such that we are more sensitive and better in the years to come. So I thank all the members of the clergy and all of their fine congregations for your help. Item two, I'll be speaking later this afternoon about some of the operational shifts that I think are going to be necessary in order to make sure that this matter be brought to a more peaceful resolution in the short run vis-a-vis the community, as well as safety. We need to have both safety so that people feel good and happy and safe about walking about their communities in all corners of our state. In this community which has been torn apart by this horrific and bad occurrence over the last week. So we need that safety. But we also need to allow folks who want to express their energy in an appropriate way. To have the absolute right to do that. Because we will not get the healing that we all need if the only response from the public is, y'all just be quiet. There is a certain level of emotion that must be expressed in order for us to reach a higher plane. And my sense is that over the last few days, there has been a fear to hear. A fear to hear not just about this action, but about how it fits in a much longer and broader context of a deeper march to justice. Okay? And so we are, over the next few hours, going to be making some shifts so that folks will feel safe as long as they honor what I said before, as long as they are respecting the property and person of their neighbors. And quite frankly, the vast majority of people who have spoken have done just that. Okay? That voice needs to be heard, and we want to help make sure that it is heard in as I don't really, doesn't much matter to me how respectful it is. It's just got to be safe. You know, if people got things to say, they ought to be able to say them. And if people from the news media want to cover stuff and take pictures of things, they ought to do it. We live in a free country. I prefer that they would make me look young and skinny if they were taking pictures of me, but I'm not confident that's what they're going to be able to find. Sometimes when you see pictures of yourself, you get up in the morning, or somebody sends a picture to you from a party or whatever, or you get a wedding or a birth or whatever, and you have your picture taken, and you look at it and you say, wow, who is that old guy standing with all those people? That's not a very good picture of me. But what we need is a picture of the moment. So that in these transitions, regardless of what we look like, that the emotion, the true emotion, is not tamped down, but used for positive good. So I'm going to listen for a few minutes, and I'm going to have to slip out. We've got a number of operational things we're doing to make that shift today, so that the tone and the proper energy and healing, respectfully vis-a-vis others, You know, I mean, if you want to yell at yourself, feel free. If you want to yell at others, that's fine too. But we're not going to. We just can't have lawlessness in this. We've got to stick with it. We've got to use this energy and not use it as an excuse to spin off, but use it as an excuse to push forward. So in that sense, today we'll announce them later. I've got availability for the press here at 3 o'clock this afternoon. We're working through a number of operational things to make some shifts that I think you all will see a different tone. Now, what I said at the very beginning, and I want to listen. Ultimately, in the horrific facts that started this particular activity, we must make sure that justice prevails. Without fear or favor, we must find the truth. I'm not a prosecutor. I'm not a cop. So we're going to make sure that the right people are in those places with a good oversight to make sure that the decisions are made without fear or favor, such that justice is served. With that, I want to listen for a little while, but when I sneak out of here, it's not because folks are saying stuff that are too difficult for me to listen to. It's just that if we're going to get all these operational choices made and all these decisions and orders given to make sure that we're reframing the chain here in a fashion, the chain of command in a fashion that lays out a much better and much different tone, I need you to do that. But I want to listen for a little while. I thank you for inviting me back here. I'm sorry I was late. I do have a good excuse why I was late. Don't get to use this one very often. I'm sorry I was late. I was on the phone with the President of the United States. Okay? And he said to me a number of things, not the least of which is to send he and the First Lady's wishes of peace and justice to this community and to our country. And I appreciate greatly his leadership and his tone and his willingness to assist us in any way that's necessary to make sure that the path that we have is a safe and peaceful path that leads to justice and growth. And I appreciate deeply the President taking the time to spend some time on the phone with me this morning in a very, very busy time with him. So he wanted specifically, so the last thing I say is he wanted me specifically to thank the faith leaders and other community leaders who are leading with vigor, but with peace, who are demanding answers, but respecting others, who understand and know that these transitionary moments, these difficult moments, sometimes define us, and he wanted us to be defined a better, more peaceful society in the long run, and I appreciated his comments and his leadership with me this morning. With that, I'll give us back to Reverend Blackman and listen for a while, but when I sneak out, it's not because I'm scared of hearing somebody criticizing me. I get that all day long. I can deal with that. I just have to make sure I get out to get a number of other meetings done before we make these announcements at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Governor. Have a seat right there if you'd like.
Missouri Governor Jay Nixon to set the scene for those of you